and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Never Phase Network presents to you the #1 emo podcast in the world, Emo Kids Anonymous. I'm your host, Rob LaFoon. Unfortunately, my co-host Amanda could not be here tonight. Shout out Amanda. Shout out Catherine behind the boards. Today we got a great guest, okay? I'm joined by San Diego's own Icona. Now, America's finest city has a long history of putting out great bands in our scene. You know, we can go recently, Army Amphibians, Lower D, fucking Pierce the Veil, Blink-182, Rocket from the Crypt. I mean, people say Stone Temple Pilots are ours. I don't know. But Icona are absolutely ripping, and we have a great conversation. Me and Jake, we talk about the other Jake Langley of Handguns, of course. We talk about San Diego venues, talk about California burritos, we talk about mall emo, pop punk, his favorite bands in the region, booking tours yourself. It's a great time. I'm excited for you to hear it, and I'm excited to see what Icona does in the future. But in the meantime, before you do that, would appreciate it if you guys haven't seen us before, if you're new here, please subscribe, prescribe, like. We got all these links down there in the description. You can follow us on social media. It would mean a lot. We do a lot of interviews over here. We might not be the best show, but we sure do work hard and try at it. And we'd love it if you check out and stay for another episode if this is your first time, okay? Nice deal. Now, as always, this episode is brought to you by our friends over at Protege. And Protege is the all-in-one face serum that will take your face from fucky to fresh, okay? It's got retinol, it's got sunscreen, it's got minerals and all that moisturizer stuff in there, okay? It's for good boys. Good boy protection for bad bros. And when you go over to Protege.com and you enter Emo Kids at checkout, you get your first bottle for only $10. $10, okay? Then after that, every bottle, you enter Rob40 at checkout, 40% off, okay? From the fine folks over at Protege. Now, without further ado, here's my interview with Jake Davis of Icona.
What a way to ruin everything. My lack of interest has been haunting me. Just enough for me.
Sick. How you doing, man?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. It's I like when we have San Diego bands. It's a personal bias. So I guess to get started, let's let these people know who you guys are.
Yeah, my name's Jake. I sing for an alternative pop punk Midwest emo band called Icona from San Diego.
Beautiful. And you guys put out a record in 2022, and we had a couple singles over the last few years, a little bit of a drip feed and the like. So we'll get into new music and stuff,
Yeah.
but more pressing, very urgent to our viewers who have suffered trauma. I understand yesterday you guys were supposed to play a show with Jake Langley.
Yeah, it went down. It was awesome too.
How
We had a
was
good
it?
time.
Yeah, we're gonna need a full rundown before we get into anything about the Jake Langley experience, because he's a bit of a I don't know the word, enigma, pariah,
Yeah, I'll take
controversial
those.
figure. Yeah, you know.
He's awesome though. It's a part of the whole bit.
Right? Yeah, no, he grows on you. He fucking grows on you.
Yeah, we did a tour with him and Man Overboard, I think last year, and it was awesome.
Sick. Yeah. So yesterday, I'm under the you guys played with him too?
Yeah, so he did an acoustic set at the end, but there was a ton of bands on there, like some from LA, a couple from San Diego. So it was I enjoyed the show, the whole thing.
Hell yeah. And is that the Chop Shop? Where's that?
It's run by Vigilant Booking. It's like a hardcore venue that's out in El Cajon, and they've been doing hardcore shows out there that have been going off. So I think they're trying to break into like the pop punk scene now.
Interesting.
So we're kind of talking together about doing some shows in the future. We're talking about like hardcore versus pop punk is something that's getting thrown around right now.
Interesting. Where in El Cajon is it?
It's kind of, it's like right off the freeway over there by like where Double Time Studios used to be.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, because there was a venue there like 15
I
years
think it was
ago
the
called
Epicenter, right?
No, the Epicenter was in Miramar. Epicenter was in
Okay.
Miramar. Yeah, it was like Soma, Epicenter, and then there was Channel 1225. It was this
Okay,
like
yeah.
dinky little venue in El Cajon, like right in El Cajon, right? I
Those
don't
are a
know
little bit like kind of past, because I moved here in 2015, so I
Oh,
kind of
damn.
missed out on the Epicenter, which sucks a little
Yeah.
bit.
No, yeah, I would have moved away in 2012, but yeah, Epicenter's I personally had vendetta with the Epicenter because of the guy that ran the booking there. I don't even think we didn't get along. I think he liked me. I think I was just like a 20-year-old shithead, and I'd be like,
Oh
I'm
yeah, we've all
smoking
been there.
weed, in the green room. I'm doing this, and it was probably me. I was the problem. Sorry, Billy, but sick. I didn't realize there's a cool venue like that down there now.
Yeah, it's outside. So it was cool. It was hot in the beginning of the day, but it's like 80 right now in San Diego in
Of
March.
course. So you moved there. Damn, you moved there in 2015. Where'd you grow up?
So I was born in the Bay Area, lived there for like the first 5 years of my life in Vallejo, California, but mainly I grew up in Northern California in this small town called Susanville. It's like 80 miles north of Reno. But yeah, I grew up like a mountain kid, going to lakes and stuff and inner tubing down the river, going out and partying in the forest. Pretty much
Hell yeah.
everything you could think of is
Sick. That's
what a mountain kid
very,
would do.
very similar. I grew up in Alberta, Canada, and San Diego.
Sick.
So it was like kind of saying middle of nowhere. Yeah, you just getting drunk in fields and
Totally.
having a good time. Okay. And then you moved to San Diego. What part of San Diego did you move to?
So I have an aunt that lives here, and I tried to I wanted to start a band, but nobody in Susanville is really interested in doing alternative music or what I was trying to do. So I ended up
Probably,
buying
yeah,
an acoustic
tough
guitar.
market. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, I was playing in like kitchens and stuff, like literally anything that I could do just to try to play shows. But I bought an acoustic guitar and I started writing my own music and put out like a 5-song EP. And I was doing a lot of like Never Shout Never covers and stuff like that, which I had a lot of fun doing. Kind of
Sick.
cut my teeth on those. But no one really cared about it there. So I was like, dude, I need to go somewhere with a little bit bigger of a market. So I moved down to San Diego specifically just to start playing music.
Sick. That's a very, very interesting time to pick too, because I would have left a few years before that solely because I felt like the scene was kind of dying off, but it's
Mhm.
not that it was dying off. It was going in specific ways that were, honestly, it was going in like Icona direction,
Yeah.
really. Like, you
So
know what I mean? Like,
it was like,
but it
I
just wasn't for
remember
us.
now when I got to kind of get in the scene a little bit and figure out kind of what was going on in San Diego before I moved here, it was a lot of metalcore for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Soma side stage, like locals would sell out side
Yeah.
stage
The Soma
metalcore
side,
bands. So
like, bro,
I totally get what you're saying.
yes.
2015 was like that shift for sure.
It was, I'd say like, cause we were more pop punky, blah, 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 like that kind of stuff. And I'd say like, honestly, like when I saw Lower D announced for Warped Tour the other day, like I almost like teared up a little just because it was like, wow, like, cause Lower D was like, they almost fucked it up for the rest of us because they were so good that's kind of the
Yeah,
direction
right?
it went in, and just everything became very Lower D adjacent in a sense. Just,
Yeah.
metalcore, post-hardcore, or you were like super hipster indie playing like, like Grand Ole Party and stuff like that were the
Yeah,
bands
yeah.
back then, stuff like that.
They just announced that show at Soma too, which I'm super excited about. They
Right?
made a
Yes,
post where they're asking who they think should open up for it, and we had to post and get in the mix.
I will go grind for you guys on their behalf right there.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Have you guys played Soma before?
Yeah, we played side stage a handful of times. We got to open for Dayseeker like 4 years ago, crazy enough. It
Sick.
was the Sleep Talk tour was what they were doing, like right post COVID. But then we've headlined a couple times over there as well, done some support for locals, but that's
Hell yeah.
home base right there. That was the first
Sick.
show that we ever played actually as a full band on side stage.
I was gonna say Soma's like a special thing to San Diego kids, like in our general scene and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I remember riding my bike to Soma to buy tickets, Alkaline Trio, their Crimson tour. I remember like riding my bike so I can buy them like the day, like the hour they came out. Yeah, I grew up in PB, so I'd like, I'd ride past SeaWorld and stuff like that over there, and just like going to my first show ever was there. I remember I didn't get to play there in my first band in San Diego, but my second band, we got to our first show was on side stage, and I was like,
it's like a checklist off the bucket list venues, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's the I guess, the main one.
Speaking of like driving to shows though, like I was telling you, I grew up in Susanville until I was probably like 20, and then I
Hmm.
moved down here. And there was no venues in Susanville at all. So the nearest place that you could go see shows was in Reno, which was 80 miles north of
Jesus.
Susanville. And I didn't have a car or a driver's license or anything like that. So the one that would take me to shows was my mom. She was so awesome. I'm telling you, like every single
Sick.
weekend, she would literally take me to shows and then kind of like either find something to do during that time. And then we would drive back to
There's
Susanville,
there's
or she
nothing
would get
good to
like,
do at Reno between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. too.
yeah,
Like
dude, it's like just a
what a
long stretch of
sweetheart.
road. But yeah, I've always been very grateful for that.
That's fucking
Like
beautiful,
what
man.
was it? One time, I think A Day to Remember did this acoustic thing where they were doing like a food drive, and you had to take like 2 cans of food to the local radio station in Reno, and they would give you a free ticket, but I couldn't make it to get the tickets in time. So I think we were going shopping in Reno or something, and somebody that I knew had a ticket that was like way off course in like Portola or something like that, and she couldn't go. So I like begged my mom. I was like, "Can we like do this 60-mile detour to go get this free ticket real quick?" And she totally did it. It was awesome.
Wow. Damn. What a
Panic at
beautiful
the Disco, I
relationship.
saw them at like a 200 cap room at this place called The Alley in Sparks, Nevada. That's no longer a
Sparks.
venue, but dude, I've seen some crazy shows there. Hawthorne Heights.
Damn. I was gonna say this is what, that's like 2006, 2007?
No, like 2011.
Damn.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
like when I saw Panic, it was like right on the end of the Vices and Virtues
Okay.
kind of era, like
Shit.
right when Miss Jackson came out, like right in that era.
Damn, it's wild to think they'd be playing a venue that small. But I guess that there was a dip.
Definitely, yeah.
There was a
It was
dip there
kind
for
of
a second.
like a thing.
Damn. Wow. Was your so I mean, like kicking it back way to the beginning, how'd you get into music? Like, was your mom supportive of that? Or was this a thing that came later on where she's like, well, this is what the boy likes?
I was always into skateboarding growing up until I was about, I don't know, 16 probably. So it was mainly skateboarding um, from childhood until like 16. But then I got a guitar when I was 14, heavily influenced by the used. I kind of wanted to be Quinn Allman. So I bought an SG, and
Sick.
it was kind of off to the races after that. But I was a guitar player before I was a vocalist for sure.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Very, very parallel right
But
there, I think.
my dad played music as well. He was a bass player. So I have some sort of musical
Oh shit. Okay.
abilities in the family.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice addition there. You're doing the used and stuff when you're 14. When did you start getting into this stuff then? A little before that?
You know, it was honestly, I think, because my dad was always in bands, so he was always kind of listening to what was coming out. And my mom was also really into like alternative music too. So I remember she was the one that bought like Hybrid Theory. So that one really changed my life. But Meteora, that one really changed my life by Linkin Park. Cause I remember my aunt had this, what was it? The Meteora came out with this DVD/CD
Yeah, the
back
live in
then.
Texas?
Live in Texas. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
bro.
still have the same one. And I swear I played that thing till it didn't play anymore. She would let me play it every single day when
I
she would watch
remember
us while my mom was at work.
when people had DVD players in their car?
Yeah,
My
they're the ones that were like on the back of the
yeah.
headrest, or like the one that folded down on top. Yeah.
No, these were like the aftermarket ghetto. You'd get it like in your front console. And I remember driving around doing like skipping school, ripping out of a bong, watching Live in
Oh,
Texas. And my buddy Danny Rag, like as soon as I was like, it's fucking Live in Texas, isn't it? Like
yeah, dude.
I can
Such an iconic
smell,
DVD that
I can
like
smell his Chevy
that made me
Malibu.
want to play music for sure.
Sick.
I guess that was
That's
like the first time where I was like, damn, I want to do that.
like that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
But then it was kind of like back then in like 2004, 2006, I didn't have access to like downloading or anything
No.
like that, or there was no iTunes or
I was gonna say,
Apple
bro, where
Music.
you're living, you might
I
have
don't
still
think there
been
was
going on
iTunes at that
dial-up.
time. So how I discovered music was through like Fuse TV, the alternative top 20. So whatever they would give me on that was what I had to choose from.
That Breaking the Habit video fucked you up, huh?
Oh yeah, Breaking the Habit.
Yeah.
What was it? The Backcountry video. I remember that's how I discovered the used, was the All That I've Got video.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah. Fuse was very, very special. That Breaking the Habit video drove me fucking crazy though, because
Yeah, I
they'd play
love
it
that song.
incessantly, and I'd be wanting to see Story of the Year or something like that, but they played it so much. I mean, which is fair, like pretty groundbreaking video, pretty solid, you know. But like,
Yeah,
I just
the
wanted something
animation's
else at the
awesome.
time. Yeah, no, yeah, it was a lot better than the fucking Story of the Year video I wanted. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, Dan.
They were using
Or-
AI back then.
yeah,
Linkin
were they
Park does
really?
its AI video.
Yeah, Joseph Hahn, right?
No,
Is
I'm
that who
just
did it?
kidding.
Oh, I was like, fuck. Yeah, you're gonna catch this motherfucker some heat. It's bad enough they got the Scientology stuff on him now.
Oh God.
So when you came down to San Diego to form the band, like, at what point does this become a full project?
Pretty late into me trying to like look for band members, because when I moved here, I met my guitar player, Chris. I had a buddy that lived in Susanville with me that moved down here sort of around the same time. So I started kicking it with him. And Chris's brother was friends with my buddy Kylan. So he introduced me to Chris's brother. And then Chris's brother was like, "Oh, my brother plays guitar. You should link up with him." So we started hanging out and playing guitar together, and then we're like, we should do a little project. So we started doing acoustic stuff for a couple of years and put out an EP called This Is Just a Journal with another one of our friends who played bass. That was cool. No one really cared about it. And then we ended up adding a drummer later on and doing pretty much just Hot Mulligan covers to kind of get acquainted with, being a full band.
Let's get a little
And then we added
comfortable.
Robert after that. So Robert, and Chris have kind of been the constant of the band the whole time.
Okay. And what year was this?
2016, I think, was when we started doing the acoustic stuff.
Okay. Not so bad. So
And then we
then
played one show, I think it was at Queen Bee's in San Diego.
Queen
on the
Bees,
acoustic. Yeah. That's
wow.
like everybody's first show, right?
Yeah, Queen Bees. I can't remember. Give me one fucking second. What did Queen Bees used to be called? It was called something else. And I remember, that place, no shade to them, but it sucked. You know, I don't know if it
Yeah,
still
I mean, it
sucks, but
wasn't the
it's
best
pretty
show
rough.
that we had, but yeah,
No,
I've seen some
it's
cool
rough.
shows there, though. I've seen some awesome shows there.
Yeah, oh my God. I played there with, at the time, it was like it was like my first time getting to play, like opening up for like one of the bigger bands in town. I was so excited. And then I realized, I'm like, oh, this is a show they're not taking fucking serious. Like, this is between like a main stage Soma show and like some other stuff. Like,
Yeah.
they're just like, God, this shit's like,
I
it's
think
like
that was
playing
actually
like
the first place I saw a band in
oh,
San Diego when I moved here. It was like pop or what is it? Like a Punk Goes Christmas type thing that they had. It was like the Dodges. My one of my old coworkers was in that band. And then I wanted to see Nights Like Thieves. That was like the first band that I was kind of into when I moved to San Diego. It was Nights Like Thieves and Alive and Well. Those were the two bands
it's
that I was
Alive and
into
Well
when
from
I
San
first moved
Diego.
here.
Oh, they are. Oh shit. No, I'm thinking of Matt. Is his name Matt?
Matt Vernon, yeah.
Matt Vernon. Yes, Matt Vernon. Yeah. We're alive and
I
well.
guess
And so
Jake
are you.
Langley is supposed to be recording with Matt Vernon, doing some handgun stuff over like the
I think they're
next.
doing that right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know Matt. He also plays the trombone as well, huh?
I'll have to send you a video. We actually had him come on stage playing trombone for Icona for the
Sick.
song Old Friends at Casbah.
Sick.
Maybe we'll have to throw that in the interview or something.
Yeah. Please. That's tight. Wow. How fucking Alive and Well was tight. Like I remember right when you moved there in 2015. The next year, late 20. Wait, do you know Sean Tolley?
Yeah, we record our drums at Clarity.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
Yeah, we've been doing drums with Sean.
I made a whole
for the
record
last
with Sean.
3 songs. What's that one?
That's I made the last record I ever made. I made with Sean Tolley.
Oh, no shit.
And he did all the artwork. He did everything.
Oh, wow.
So in 2008, I started getting acquainted with bands, and Sean was in Stereo Summer at the time. This is like old timey San Diego lore.
Yeah, we played a show with Stereo Summer. They did a reunion show at the holding company like 2 years ago.
With Dave, Nick Nova, who played drums.
I believe
Was it
so,
Nick?
yeah. I'm really only familiar with Sean.
Sick, yeah. So Sean was like Stereo Summer was kind of like the oldest band, I'd say, in like our little direct scene at the time. Like we were all
Yeah.
like 18, like honestly like 16, 17 to like 21 maybe. And Sean was maybe like 25, 26. And we treated this motherfucker like he was a dinosaur. My old band, The New Nostalgic, my bandmate Mark got in like a whole fight with him because like we were undercutting his pre-sale. We were playing Soma, but we were doing like, hey, let's take a loss just to fill the place up. Hey, you buy 2 tickets, we'll give you the third one free. And Sean's like,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, like, yeah, they, and then like years later, I was like, oh, we got to make this record. And I was like, I'm going to talk with my tail between my legs, you know, it'd be really good. Sean, I hit up Sean. At this point, I think I even like unfriended him on Facebook or something at some point, and I like added him back, and I sent him the
Yeah. You're
thing.
also, we're cool again, right?
Yeah, I'm
We got
like,
a
yeah,
record to do.
Sean, sorry, yeah, but no, he's Sean's awesome. He's dry. He's a dick in a way where he needs, like,
Yeah.
I respect it. When I was younger, I was just like, this guy's a dick, but now I'm
The
like,
biggest Padres fan ever.
yeah, no, shout out
Hey.
Mr. Tolley. I remember watching I watched the 2016, the Redacteds versus the Cubs, that World Series. I remember watching that Game 7 at his house there with him and all his fucking, yeah, he lives with a
Sounds
wild
like a
gang of
good time.
guys. Yeah, pretty good time. So you guys do the drums at Clarity?
Yeah, we do drums at Clarity. Everything else we record on our own.
That's what
So
I was
we have
gonna
the
ask,
quad
yeah.
cortexes that we just record into our interfaces at home. I do my vocals at my place. We do bass at home as well. And then we just go in. We do demo drums with either like an electronic kit and just do like a little MIDI track, or we'll do a real kit with like a Yamaha EAD on it.
Damn,
An
okay.
EAD is like a little like drum mic that sits on the hoop of the kick drum, and it picks up the whole drum kit actually really nicely, surprisingly. So we'll use
Damn.
either that or the electronic kit to demo out. And then once everything's kind of mapped out how we want to do it, we'll take the demo vocals and demo guitars and demo bass to Sean. We'll track drums over that. Then we'll track everything again final, like vocals, bass, and guitar. Then we sent out all the stems to get mixed and mastered by an engineer we've been working with, Joe Marsh, out in the UK.
Okay, I know the name Joe Marsh. Might just
Yeah,
be like,
Joe
that
Marsh,
might
he's
be a
been
common
coming up.
name.
Super underrated producer, mixing engineer. Does mastering as well. So we
Damn.
got in touch with him through Nights Like Thieves. Mario, our bass player, used to be, or is still in Nights Like Thieves, another San Diego band. They were getting their songs mixed by Joe, and we really liked the sound. So we just ended up getting all of our stuff done with him.
That's kind of smart. You mentioned we're talking about San Diego bands, and I noticed when I was looking at like, you know, your influences and the like, Secrets is in there. Do you remember, I guess it would have been before you moved here, A City Serene?
I haven't heard of that one.
So before Secrets, there was A City Serene, and A City Serene was kind of blowing up, like lower D level, like doing beyond that, like starting to become national. And then they got in a van accident, and
Oh, no.
yeah, a couple members were like in a coma, and then that's when a few guys, a few of them from A City Serene formed Secrets, like Mike Sherman and a few of them went and did Secrets, and like there was a minute there where there was a lot of goodwill behind Secrets because of the whole
Yeah, we love
situation.
Secrets.
Yeah.
We opened for them at House of Blues Voodoo Room probably 3 years ago now with
Damn.
Dead American, Cove Reaper. That was awesome. It was supposed to be Palisades, and then something happened with Palisades, and then Dead American ended up doing direct support, which I thought was better because I'm a huge Cove Reaper fan.
You know, that worked out for me.
Saracen's like one of my favorites of all time.
Damn, you got Cove playing in the fucking Voodoo Room, huh? Wow.
Dude, it was awesome. That was
That's
the first time I'd seen
wild.
anything live related to Cove.
That's sick. That's pretty cool.
I just saw Seosin with the Bled up at the Garden Grove Amphitheater for that 10-year show that they did.
Mhm.
That's like in my top 5 shows I've ever been to.
Damn, I don't think I've ever been to that venue at all. I usually stay
Yeah.
out of Orange County, so yeah, I wouldn't have gone to that one. Damn.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd seen the Bled. Probably the first band I ever saw was the Bled opening up for the Used in 2009 in Reno. So that's kind of how that all kicked off too. Um, But that was the first time I'd seen the Bled since then. So I got to talk to the band and I was like, you guys are like the first band I ever saw. And like, I got to show them my band and I was like, this is what I've been up to ever since then. Like, you guys have inspired me and this is kind of like what's happened. And they were
Sick.
super cool. So hopefully we'll
That's
get
dope.
an opportunity to play with the Bled. I would love that.
The Blood, if you're watching this, please.
Tucson, Arizona, legends.
Right? Yeah. Wow. Talk about you guys, Southwest Emo. That's Southwest Emo adjacent pretty hard there.
Yeah, we're trying to take that trope and run with it. Southwest emo. I don't think anyone's claimed it yet, so
No, I think you got.
we'll
Yeah, I
claim
think
it.
you guys got it. I'm behind it.
The OG Southwest emo band, Icona.
There we go. I'm putting that in the fucking thing right there. Catherine,
Oh yeah.
please, will you write that down for me so I remember that? Um, so you mentioned earlier Sean and the Padres. You grew up in the Bay, but you lived in San Diego long enough. I see you rocking the hat. We're Padre fans?
You know, I'm not the biggest sports fan at all, but I do enjoy like the energy and the festivities. So you'll catch me at some Padres games this year for sure, drinking some Mai Tais and getting loud.
Beautiful. Yeah, Petco is, dare I say, one of the greatest places on the planet. Okay.
I agree.
It's funny you say that. Before, like, speaking of sports, but it's not quite sport, close enough, but in the late 90s in San Diego, I have a buddy, we're going to make this, still might make this, like, docu-series thing about San Diego sports legends, sad stories and the like, but like the late 90s, we had the X Games there back-to-back years.
I think
Tony
I
Hawk.
went to one of those
Did
possibly. I don't
you?
know if it was late 90s, but early 2000s. I remember doing like the monster trucks at Qualcomm, and I think I saw an X Games there too.
Oh, you probably went to at Qualcomm. At Qualcomm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been one of the Monster Jam and shit like that. Now they did
Yeah.
the X Games across the street from Balboa or from Belmont Park in like Mission Beach area, like that big
Okay.
grass area. They built like giant like big air ramps, fucking half
Yeah, that
pipes,
sounds
bowls.
awesome.
Like
I wish they still
they
kind of did stuff like that, like skate demos and shit.
they did. Yeah, right. Yeah, let's fucking bring they corporatized it too much. I was gonna it honestly a lot of it's the fault of the guy I was about to say, but I was gonna say like we're talking about San Diego bands. You grew up as a skateboarder. San Diego is kind of like the mecca of like extreme sports, I would say, in terms of
Yeah,
we
there's
got Tony
definitely a
Hawk,
lot
we
of
got Shaun White.
skateboarding history here for sure. Like Zero, one of my favorite skateboard teams, is right up from Carlsbad over there.
Mm-hmm. I
So
I used to get Osiris all the time from my dad's roommate Will. He just give it to me, and I remember watching this documentary recently and realizing like they're talking about the guy that invented like the D3 sneaker.
yeah, they're coming
And
back crazy, and he's all pissed
yeah,
now.
yeah, and I'm like, wait, I know this guy. Like, he come over to our house. I'm like, oh, that's who it was. Like, that's why I got this stuff. I didn't know. Like, that's how like local it was. Like, fucking, what's the other Rob? Rob Deerdeck.
Yeah.
He used to work at Pacific Drive in PB. You know,
Oh no shit, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
he was just a fucking skate rat working in Pacific Beach.
I kind of got a crazy story. So you know how they have their Zero has their private skate park out in Carlsbad called Black
Yes.
Box. I don't think it's around anymore. But I remember in the early 2000s, I flew out here to come visit my aunt and uncle and cousins. My uncle was working doing audio video installation for Black Box at the time, like installing lighting, and I think it was like a Bluetooth speaker system or something like that.
Sick.
And I got to skate the park, which I was
Oh,
like
that's
12
tight.
years old, so I had no business skating in there. As far as like the size of the obstacles in there were way above my level. But it was really cool to skate around the park, and then they took me into the showroom after the skate session, and their manager Jesse at the time, they have a whole showroom. You know how Jamie Thomas owned multiple companies? It was like Mystery, Zero, what was it, Fallen, and then they were just coming out with Slave at the time, which was the skateboard company that he was trying to get going. And they were like, all right, go pick out a deck and two pairs of shoes. So I got to pick out like the purple iconic Fallen low pro shoes, and then I got some other like green pair, but I got this Chris Cole deck that wasn't out yet. So that was a really cool experience
That's really
to
cool.
skate something like that.
It's not there anymore.
I don't think so. I think they had shut it down because I remember it was huge when I went. And then the second time I'd gone, they had like cut the space in half, and DC had owned half of it, and they made this
Okay.
crazy like mega half pipe on the other side of what used to be half of black box.
Damn. Wild. No more skating though?
No, I haven't skated in shit, probably like 10 years, 12 years maybe. I just kind of fell out of it. It wasn't something that got like injured and had to quit or anything. I think kind of music, and right when I got out of high school, I was partying quite a bit too. So I didn't really do much other than that for a couple of years.
It's hard to skateboard when you're like a little drunk and high.
Yeah, I mean, I just
Not even
had
it's hard,
more
it's
fun
dangerous.
partying with my friends, at the lake and stuff like that instead of skateboarding.
Relatable. So you guys are recording like the wildest thing to me is that you're recording your own vocals and you're
Yeah.
editing your own vocals.
The pitch correction, yeah, I do edit that as well.
That's wild to me that you're like,
And it's weird because I'm super particular about it too. So I don't really like anybody else like modifying the pitch correction because I'll hear all the small little like things that I would want to change in it. So it's kind of like, I don't know, me creating like my own guitar tone, I suppose, like in that same aspect. Like you wouldn't want someone else creating your guitar tone for you.
No. Damn, that's wild. I don't.
I've done that
the
since the
idea of doing
beginning
that's
too.
so
I mean, you can
wild.
kind of hear me get better with the software as time goes along because I'm not throwing like a plug-in on top of the vocal. I'm actually going in there and snapping each individual thing where I want it to go.
Moving it, yeah, into spots. Damn.
Yeah.
That's the shit that's the shit I pay Sean for. Damn, that's impressive, dude.
Yeah, I mean, when we were doing the acoustic thing, we had literally zero budget. So I had to buy, what was it, like the Scarlet 2i2 pack, just like everybody does.
The
And
classic red
just
one?
kind of open the computer and just kind of have my phone open on YouTube while I'm messing with the workstation and just kind of figuring out that way.
Beautiful. Damn. So that's your guy. And there's no like audio engineer or anything like that in the band. Just you guys are truly DIY in that regard.
I mean, we all have like moderate knowledge of, plugins and the digital audio workstation software and stuff like that. So I guess we're engineers a little bit.
I've never heard anyone like use the full DAW like with all the words
my
before.
bad.
And I was like, damn, I had to like think about that for a second. I was like, I didn't even realize like, shit, that's what those words mean.
Yeah, I'm in sales too, so I got to use the weird technical terms sometimes.
I absolutely fucking get it. The last single, What a Way to Ruin Everything, came out in December.
Yeah.
Fucking pops off. Great fucking
Thank
track.
you so much.
Now,
That one, we're kind of leaning even more into the kind of Midwest emo thing. The last 3 singles is kind of where we had a bit of like a shift creatively. Like the first record, I think there's like a shift as far as what we wanted from when the first record came out to when we started making these 3 singles.
Okay.
So we kind of wanted to lean towards more of like the Midwestern emo type sound and not so much into like the pop punk sound.
I think that's smart. The first record, I was listening to the full length. Like the full length is great, and it reminds me, like it's funny you didn't grow up there even because it's like, oh, this sounds like so many like lower D coded to me. Like it's like, oh, it's poppier, but at times it's not. It's got this like like
Yeah,
very
and I
good.
think that comes from like my influence being those early 2000s alternative bands that had those records that kind of went like this, or even kind of like genre bending type stuff. Like if you listen to In Love and Death by The Used, it kind of like there's super heavy stuff in there, and then there's like super poppy stuff in there. So I think that
very,
kind of like
very well produced record,
out.
I might say too. By the way, John Feldman, if you're watching this, I want to apologize for the stuff in the Cues What We Aim For interview. Yeah, fuck.
I did see. I saw a little bit of that. I didn't watch all of it because I ended up getting busy with something. But I have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorite record of all time, In Love and Death.
I think in Love and Death is because that's what was I'm like, like that's the best sounding Feldman record. I remember like a year or two ago driving like through the canyon here in LA and putting it on at nighttime. And I maybe hadn't listened to it in a few years. Like I've listened to songs maybe, but not just like the record through. And I'm just like, legitimately might be the best like non Jerry Finn produced record
Yeah.
in that genre, you know? Like Jesus.
One of my favorite records by The Used is Artwork, which is like one of the only records that wasn't produced by John Feldman.
Damn, I don't even
Kind of
think
had
I've
that
ever listened to
nasty,
Artwork.
kind of gritty sound to it that you can't get from anything else in their discography.
Is it good? Really?
Yeah, Artwork, I
When is
think it was their 4th record.
okay, so that's after
Lies for the Liars.
Lies for the Liars is 07, so then
Yeah, I think
Artwork's like
2009.
09. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That venue.
You have to check that one out.
Yeah, no, I think I still don't think I listened to like I don't think I listened to the third one all the way through for some reason. I don't know.
No,
I don't
really,
know what it was.
that's a
Yeah.
heater.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think at that time Mike Chem just like eclipsed them so much for some because I loved the Used. Like those
Yeah, the
like
Black
you mentioned
Parade
like
definitely was like my favorite record for a long time.
I think the Black Parade
Before The Used, I was into
swallowed the
Mike Chem.
Used. That's funny you went the other way. That's sick.
Yeah, the Black Parade, that one, that's in my top 5 of all time for sure. First CD I ever bought with my own money as well.
It was Black Parade? Damn.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Mike Chem doing 9, 10, 11 fucking Black Parade arena tours, stadium tours, and not releasing any new music? Have you caught one of these? Are you happy with the
I
nostalgia
caught one of the
thing?
shows. I went to the first show back, and when they did it at the the Shrine in 2019.
The Shrine, yeah, the Shrine, yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
So
I remember when they
announced.
it, they had the fucking the USC marching band did Welcome to the Black Parade. Oh yeah,
it was awesome.
I couldn't get tickets.
Definitely something I'll never forget.
Damn.
Seeing like all the they played pretty much the whole Black Parade, honestly, that night. And then they had Thursday open too, which was another awesome surprise.
Wow. That was a surprise?
I didn't look at who was support. Maybe they didn't announce support. I don't remember.
Damn. Okay. Wow. By the way, the Queen Bees used to be called the Hot Monkey Love Cafe is what it was.
Damn, they should have kept it that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Jeez. Rest in peace, the Hot Monkey Love Cafe.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah. So going from the Used to like now, like what are you listening to now? Like when you're, getting in your car, what's the most played of the month?
Right now, there's this new band called Held that just came out. They just did a song with Frank Iero. It kind of sounds like LS Dunes almost.
Yes.
But I've been listening to a lot of LS Dunes. That song by Held has been on repeat. Yeah, just those two kind of right now. LS Dunes and that new band Held.
That LS Dunes, I really like that first LS Dunes record. I remember being in Vegas with my buddies from San Diego, just having a little too much fucking fun as Robert Neilman's driving us around. I'm just like, this is the best Anthony Green's ever sounded, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I love it. Circus Survive reunion as well.
Yeah, that's doing numbers.
I was gonna show you this drumstick I got signed by LS Dunes.
Damn, there's a lot of
My
stuff.
buddy Devin, he's a stagehand, and he was going on tour with LS Dunes, and I was like, just bring me back something. Just bring me back like a T-shirt or something like that. And he ended up bringing back a drumstick signed by the whole band.
Oh, sick.
So shout out Devin.
Dope. Yeah, shout out Devin. With an O or with a Y or with an I?
An I.
Okay, shit. I'll have to remember that when I shout him out in the description there.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of different Devins.
I thought that was awesome.
That's sick. So what's the next? I mean, now that we've done these 3 songs, this is kind of the direction we want to go in. What are we expecting next?
We have a couple songs demoed out that we're pretty much ready to go into the studio and do drums for. But I think we're going to do an EP probably. So put these 3 songs that we've done and then drop the EP with just 2 more songs on it.
Okay. Damn.
We don't have a timeline for it yet, but that's the plan.
Okay. How about shows and stuff?
We have quite a bit going on right now. So we're going to be playing with Boy Grimm, who's like alternative artist that's getting really popular in the North County, San Diego area. We're going to be playing with him and another band at North Bar March 28th. If anyone wants to come out to that, I think that bill's going to be really good. And then we're also doing a tour starting at the end of April into the beginning of May with our buddy Lioneer and then Gavin Prophet as well. We're going to be hitting the circuit that we've done a couple times now, through Arizona, New Mexico, and then back to California.
It's a lot tougher to tour for us out here, like in, for the Southwest emo scene, it's a lot tougher than the Midwest or the Southeast or something, like in terms of proximity,
I
Like
could
you're having to
agree with that.
drive.
California is even hard to book. Like
Oh,
being,
yeah.
like not a super beginner band, looking to book DIY tours, you think would be pretty simple, but it's actually a lot of work.
Yeah, no, and the distances alone, just getting, and it's harder to, there's maybe like a little less crossover with scenes, and like town to town.
Yeah. Our bass player Mario did the booking for the first couple tours that we did, so I'm kind of taking over on the duties on that. So I'm kind of just getting my feet in there and getting an idea of, how much work it actually takes to book a DIY tour. But it's
Yeah,
the best thing ever. Once you get it going and everything like that, that's really the only thing that's like one of the things that I enjoy is just touring, really.
it's nice. Like summer
I think
camp.
I'm more of a performer than I am like an artist, I guess.
Yeah,
I really enjoy performing.
it's nice getting loose with just the microphone, huh?
Yeah. Which I played guitar in Icona for the first couple of years, surprisingly, doing vocals and guitar. And I was like, dude, I don't want to play guitar anymore. I just want to do vocals.
Sick. It's nice getting to you can hide behind the guitar, but when you just have the microphone, like you can kind of get fucking like you're
I
hosting
feel
a
like I was
party.
doing like both of them not as good as I could. Like I was doing guitar kind of good and then vocals kind of good. But if I just focused on one, I feel like I could do it a lot better. So that was
Hell
the
yeah.
thought process with that. And then we had Robert join the band as well.
Seems to be working out this way.
Yeah, I like it. I like the lineup we have right now a lot.
Sick. As someone in the San Diego region, I need to ask, what's your favorite California burrito?
Shit. I'm super white, so probably sombreros, honestly.
Damn. Okay. Some burros is
The
fair.
one right off Main Street over there in El Cajon. That's the one I usually go to.
I'm trying to think of my favorite spot on that's like the closest over there that I would go. There's a place. There's a few of them, but Vallarta's. There's a Vallarta's like right off the freeway, right by the Grossmont Center in La Mesa.
Yeah, I've
There's
been there
one
before.
there.
That one's really good.
Vallarta's is fucking screaming. Yeah, that might be, that's my personal number one, maybe. The one in
that's just down the
Claremont is
street from
better
me. I'll
though.
have to go over
Oh
there
shit,
and
you're right
grab one
there.
then.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so you're close to Sean-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, in like the general area. I live like in the kind of the Grossmont area, La Mesa.
Sick. My dad lives over there too. I'll hit you up next time I'm in town. He lives right there.
Yeah, dude, we'll go to Pete's Place. Shut it down.
That's sick. Funny story though. You just remind me of. I'm driving to Sean's. We're going to go track drums like the first day, and I'm all excited. And we have 12 songs, I think, for the record. And
Person.
I'm driving there, and this song comes on there, and it's Creed. It's the One Step Closer. Is that no the
One Last Breath?
One Last Breath, yeah. And it gets to the chorus of it, hold me now, I'm 6 feet from
Hold me now.
Yeah. But it's the first one where it does like the drop down for it. And I realized one of our songs that we had sounded so much like it. And I was like, I like literally pulled over. I was like, fuck.
Did you keep the part or did you change
No,
it?
we got rid of the song. We didn't record the song at all.
You can't.
Dude, took it off the record. And now fucking Creed is cool. Like that could have fucking, like.
I've been a fan the whole time, bro. I remember listening to Creed in the truck with like my mom and dad in the 90s. So I've been a fan since the beginning.
See, I don't think I appreciated Creed at the time. I don't think I did at all. But I think at some point I've like something hit where I was just like, yeah, okay, some of those. It's the white boy. It's like the.
Dude, you gotta go watch the acoustic session that they did. It's mind blowing.
The recent one.
So good. There's like a Creed acoustic session that they did, and it's amazing.
Tremonti do be ripping on those fucking
Dude,
like
he
PRS
fucking
guitars.
kills it.
Yeah.
I love his amplifiers too.
What does he use?
PRS.
I was gonna say it's the PRSs and shit, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he is.
PRS, he has an MT15 and then there's a 100 watt, but the 15 watt it's so nasty. It sounds so good.
Damn. Damn. Yeah, I think for that genre, that might be the best guitarist. Like
Yeah, I
universally
agree.
agreed upon. Yeah, is like, yeah, Tremonti.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, so as a used guy, Quinn Allman guy, I don't think we've ever really gotten into it on this show, but there was obviously like some like drama and allegations with Quinn wrote a book about Bert and stuff like that.
I saw something about him doing a book, but I haven't read it, no.
Oh, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's wild if I'm wrong on this, but I think he like accused Bert of like just being a heavy metal dick to him kind of thing. I'm not sure the levels to it, so I don't want to like overstate it and be fucking wrong, but like yeah, it
Yeah, I'd
sounded
have
like
to
a
read it.
tough spot. Yeah.
I know that they had that obviously disagreements to where Quinn left, but I hadn't really looked into
Mhm.
any of the reasons why or anything like that.
No,
I know
yeah, I
that he
don't know.
released two songs, Quinn Allman did, and they're bangers.
Are
Did
they?
you hear those yet?
Quinn sings on
Yeah.
them?
Quinn sings on them, and he does
That's
great.
cool. That's
Yeah.
fucking sick. Quinn was the fucking yeah, no, Quinn was the cool one to me. Like he was the cute one. Like Bert kind of looked like he needed a bath, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you needed to spray him down. But Quinn, I remember because he had like this like the slanted fucking microphone stand, you know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
just it looked sick. Like it
Yeah,
kind
the
of looked like a
SG, that I remember that being so
yeah, I was
iconic
just
for
saying
him.
you got the SG off it. Like shit.
Mhm.
You dye your fucking if you dye your bangs, like if you bleach them right there, you could pull it like grow them
Dude,
out like a
I
little.
could be Quinn.
You fuck yeah.
Trying
That's
to find my
great.
vape real quick. 1 second.
Oh, you're so back to San Diego bands. You mentioned a few. Who are the bands right now in town that are like the biggest? Who's the lower definition of right now? Who's the Blink? Who's the Pierce the Veil? Who's
Super
the
Sometimes has blown up from
yeah, they
San
fucking
Diego.
have.
They used to be called New Aesthetic,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been friends with them for years now, Dylan and Gabe. But they're really doing good things on Pure Noise.
Yep.
I would say unsigned bands from San Diego that are doing really well. Field Rush has been a band that we've been friends with for many years. They're doing really good. Um, who else are some bands that we've been playing with? I've always loved Alive and Well. They were like one of the first bands that I checked out when I moved to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drawing a blank now, but I'm sure there's a lot more. Ivy Pacific is another one that I'm really into. They're kind of like blending hardcore with pop punk. They just put out a record not too long ago. Yeah,
Sick.
Ivy Pacific's kind of my favorite at the moment.
Ivy Pacific. I'm gonna have to fucking
Yeah.
check that out. 'Cause, yeah, Super Sometimes they have blown up. I wasn't sure how like I mean, yeah, they're doing Soma shows and stuff, so I wasn't sure like how ingrained they are in certain parts of the scene, but that's cool to hear.
Yeah, I think they have some hardcore roots, like in the Shea Cafe kind of scene. We played a show together on Soma Side Stage, I think 2 years ago, and it went really well.
Damn, good for them. Now they're playing, I think, a few Warp dates even.
Yeah, I just saw that they're announced for Warped Tour, which I'm super stoked about. San
That's
Diego represent.
I was gonna say, good for them. My favorite San Diego band at the moment Aren't We Amphibians?
Sweet. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, they're Are We
Oh, I have
Amphibians?
heard of them. Aren't We
I was gonna say,
Amphibians?
yeah, if we're trying to get more Midwesty, they might be the
Yeah.
that might be the blueprint right now. That
Now that's
shit rips.
making me think of another band, Sloan. They're another band in town that I think should be one to watch for.
Sloan?
Sloan, Sloane, Sloan.
Oh, with an E. I was like, damn, that was like a Canadian band 20 years ago. Shit. Someone's
Yeah, I
got to
think
tell them that now it's
Sloan
spelled different.
is one of the bands to watch right now.
Damn. Okay. What's the worst worst show you've had in town?
I wouldn't say there's any bad venues in town, but I've definitely had some bad shows before. I think
Yeah,
the
that's what
first
I was like,
time.
yeah, if the venue's that bad, we don't need to give them too much shit right now. But most of the
Yeah,
bad
no,
ones have a way
we're
of
good friends with pretty much all the venues in town. There's not really any bad venues. I've had bad nights. I
brick
think
by
the first
brick.
time I ever played Soda Bar, I had a really bad night. We had just finished writing Anywhere But Here. I think I had finished doing the lyrics in the parking lot.
Sick.
So I didn't really know the words. So I had written it down on like a piece of paper that was on the floor and I couldn't see it. So I totally botched that. I was still playing guitar at the time too. I think for the last song we played, Wasted Nature, I had the volume down all the way on the guitar for like 80% of the song. And then when I went to turn the volume up, the guitar wasn't even plugged in because I'd stepped on the cable and it popped out. So I mean, like, it was Murphy's Law. Anything that could have
I
gone
need that
wrong.
meme right now. The like, it's like Jake Davis, Rob LaFoon, worst show of their life at Soda Bar. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like
We've had
I
shows there
oh,
since that have definitely redeemed
I've
ourselves for
I've
sure.
talked I talked to another, I swear, not even a San Diego band, but I talked to someone else recently where they were like, I can see how like that place like has like some fucky, because the way the bar is set up, like kind of running down the middle of it.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but they were like, oh yeah, like I can see that. I can see
Now it's one
that.
of my favorites to play. I love that spot. We
It's
just
really
played
cool right
with,
now.
what was that? What was Strawberry Girls and a Marionette recently at Soda Bar, which was really cool to kind of get into that Dance Gavin Dance style
Is it
click.
you
Cause
that I
it's
see
something,
talking about Strawberry Girls? I keep seeing that name. I think I might be seeing it on the Icona post.
yeah, Strawberry Girls is like a instrumental kind of math rock band in the Dance Gavin Dance type scene. And it
Damn,
was really cool.
interesting.
I went to the last 3 shows that they played at Soda Bar. They usually do, like, Soda Bar once a year or something like that, and I've gone as a fan the last 3 times, so it's really cool to be involved in this show and play it.
God, that's sick. That's interesting. Fucking
Yeah. Another good
instrumental
show over there was State
DJ.
Faults. That was another band that we opened up for. They're insanely heavy. There was another band as well. I don't remember the name of it right now. And then Tomb Dwellers, another super heavy San Diego band that opened the show. But yeah, we were totally out of place on that bill. It was like the heaviest bill ever. But
Sick.
everybody loved it. Everybody embraced us. It was cool.
It's- Those are like, yeah, pop punk and yeah, more metalcore stuff, like melodic hardcore stuff. Those
Yeah.
are like the
I
bread,
love doing
especially when
like
you get to like
genre
the,
clashing bills. I love doing that shit.
yeah, you get like that's very suburban San Diego right there to me.
Yeah, you have
Like,
to almost in a sense, you
yeah,
know?
you have to put them together. And the fan base is like 80% Venn diagram, you know, like they cross over pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had anybody like throw anything at me or anything. So I think we've been doing all right.
Yeah, you should be good. Knock on wood. Is there anywhere this year we're doing the Southwest tour again? It's gonna be a long year though. It's only March, later half of the
Yeah.
year. Any thought of after the maybe after that we're doing a nationwide or stretching it out a little more?
If I were to probably try to book anything, I think I would do California. Just doing like from just all over
The
California
full
because
just cover the state.
we tried to get something together around, I think, like January, that didn't end up going through. So I kind of have like most of it set up to where I just have to kind of go in and be like, all right, this is like the new dates. Let's try it again.
Okay. Sick.
So yeah, California tour probably will be after this tour we're doing in April.
You got a lot of work ahead of you, man, if you're gonna book that shit by yourself.
Gots to. I'm
Hell
trying to
yeah.
get we're trying to get on a booking agency though, a good one, but we want to hold out for one that we, really want to work with. So we're just gonna book it DIY until, everything lines up.
It's tougher over on same thing where it's tougher on our side. Like I can think of a bunch of like, oh, like very good ones, but it's like, oh, they're in the Northeast or the Southeast or the Midwest or something. Like it's just
Yeah. It's mainly like Sound Talent Group and Dynamic. Those two
mhm.
are on our radar. We'd love to be involved with those companies.
If you guys are listening to this, be homies.
Help us out, please. It'll happen
Help.
eventually, but we got some more work to do.
I think you guys are doing pretty good. I think you guys are doing pretty good. I'd like to see, we got an EP. I'd like to see another album. So if one of these, if maybe a booking agent takes you up, get some touring going, and then like maybe a label wants to throw you guys some money to record that,
Yeah, that would, to set some time aside to make a record would obviously be awesome. We all
right?
have, lives and stuff that we have to take care of as well. So I try to squeeze in, anytime I can to push the band forward
Sick.
with all the crazy scheduling that's going on.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of tough to manage schedules, but you're like, if this is the main
Yeah, which
priority,
I
then
mean,
I have to
I'm
grind.
grateful for that as well. Just having my bandmates, as busy as we are, and in our late 20s and early 30s, still being able to find time to do this. It's just that in itself, I think, is kind of rare. So I'm grateful for that, and when we play shows and stuff, I'm very aware of that.
That's nice, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you're getting to have a good time with pals.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's beautiful. As a clear, like, as a guy clearly with his roots originally in like third wave mall emo and the like, what's your Mount
Oh, yeah.
Rushmore? What's your Mount Rushmore of that era?
The Used, My Chem, Seosin, and then probably Linkin Park. Those
Linkin
4.
Park.
Yeah, or maybe 30 Seconds to Mars when A Beautiful Lie came out. The Kill
You're
was huge.
you're
Same with
31, right?
From Yesterday.
31, 30, 29,
30.
30. I was gonna say, yeah. I was like, you're like my brother's age. I was like, I was like, fucking what? But yeah, I was like, that adds up. I was like, right in that time range
Yeah.
right there. Like, that would have those would have been like the crossovers.
But yeah, there's a lot of before that though, I was listening to like Papa Roach and stuff when I was like a small kid. So I think I was more into like the new metal stuff. But I mean, I liked new metal, at the same time too. Like bands like Seether, like that record Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces. I still love that record.
It's a shame Amanda's not here. I'm pretty sure she loved that record.
And Alter Bridge and stuff like that, like what is it? Blackbird, the second record that they put out is crazy.
That's
the tones on it. If you go back and listen to it, you're just
right?
like, oh fuck, this is huge.
Damn, sick. I had no idea. I think I know Alter Bridge from like video game soundtracks. I knew they were the band after Creed.
Yeah, so Alter Bridge is just the band of Creed with Miles Kennedy on vocals. Maybe the best rock vocalist of all time.
I was gonna say they're Miles Kennedy. Yeah, we need a break from Scott Stapp for a bit. Let's go get Miles Kennedy.
Crazy.
Wild. Before I let you go, can you tell these people where they can find you on the internet and the like?
Yeah, if you want to follow along with us on our journey, of making music and playing shows and having fun, you can follow us on Instagram as kind of the main hub for where we're posting all of our stuff. That's Ikana Band on Instagram, Icona Band.
There we go. I was going to say, we're going to have to spell it for these people. Well, I'm going to have a pop-up right there too. But yeah, we live in America. There's a literacy problem. I think most of our listeners are literate, but
I spell it out at every show too, just to make sure that they
just to make sure, like when you go on your phone after this, like it's going to really fucking suck if I drove down here and you liked it and like you're not going to be able to find us.
Yeah.
They're typing in like ICONA, like, yeah.
That's ICONA or ICANA is like the biggest one.
Fuck. No. You got to buy those domains and just have it send to your Instagram.
Yeah, I'm going to buy. But what was it? What did I Set My Friends on Fire do? They bought like the whenwewereyoungfest.com domain or something like that.
They did.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Damn.
That's what we need to do. That's marketing right there.
That's pretty good right there. Yeah. Shout out. Yeah. I think got a weird connection to those guys, I think. Are they the Smokeahonis ones? Or am I thinking of Attack
no,
Attack?
That's Attack. I Set My Friends on Fire as things that rhyme with orange.
And the Soulja Boy cover, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Shout out I Set My Friends on Fire.
Shout out. I still love it.
Shout out San Diego. Shout out Sombreros.
I love it. San Diego, Sombreros. Let's get it.
Hey man, it's your boy Petty Hendrix, man. You tuned in to Emo Kids Anonymous. Check it out, you did.